Hello everybody, Ollamh here, and welcome back to The Lost Cases of Sherlock Holmes. Excuse me. This time we are doing the Mystery of the Billiards Blackmailer, which just sounds very wordy, but yeah, so I don't know what this is going to do, but let's get into it. Someone is threatening Isabella's fiancé, an ordinary billiards maker. But when Holmes's brother Mycroft and the British Secret Service are involved, deduction isn't all fun and games. Again, a 30-minute time limit, which means it's one of the expanded ones, possibly with three scenes instead of just the normal 2.
Now tell us, Miss Deptford, what troubles you? Your telegram mentioned something about your fiancé and threatening messages.
That is so, Mr. Holmes. I recently discovered that my fiancé, Peter Moffat, had been receiving threatening packages and slanderous letters in the post. Their accusations are most frightful.
You claim that Mr. Moffat is merely a middle-class billiards maker, a shop owner, and games enthusiast. Yet you found items from somebody claiming that your fiancé is a spy. He's being blackmailed.
Blackmailed, slandered and threatened. He's out of the city on business and doesn't know I'm coming to you now. Whenever I've tried to talk to him about it, he's refused. I'm at my wit's end, and I fear for our upcoming marriage.
Miss Deptford, I presume that you are looking after his home while he is away.
Yes, a modest flat above his workshop. It's not far. I can take you there if you like.
You are most helpful.
Okay, so the fact that Mycroft is involved indicates that yes, he probably is a spy. Okay, and yeah, really gets into his work. Well, that's not normal. Neither is a gun, a dueling pistol, no less. Bullet hole, that's concerning. There's a painting. I hope you don't mind if I wait in the other room until you're done with that device, Holmes. I'm sorry, oh. Color tiles will be displayed in the windows at the top of the bomb. Repeat the sequence using the buttons below. Okay. Okay, disarmed! Yay! It's a fake! I was wondering why was Watson like, oh hey, I'm just gonna step outside while you handle that. I'm like, what is that? Yes, but an effective messenger, all the same. Okay, that was a little, yeah. That was understandably a little eerie. 3 clean bullet holes. Could the marksmanship of Colonel Sebastian Moran the deadliest shot in Europe? Well, there's a spider. That's a little unusual. So, okay, we're looking for 1 dueling pistol, 1 framed photo. Those photos are of Peter and Rita Hoeg, his former fiancée. A year ago, he broke off their engagement suddenly and without explanation. Interesting. Makes you wonder if maybe he hasn't done the same thing here. Those pistols were left here by Lud Hoeg, Rita's devoted and vengeful bruiser of a brother. Right. Okay, I do not see Holmes's cap here, so that's... Those spiders are the signature of Spider Spivey, a local petty crime boss. He wants Peter's workshop for his own, less legitimate operations.
I suggest we continue our investigation at Mr. Moffat's workshop downstairs.
Agreed. Alright, there's Holmes's cap. And a scarf. Looked like a rug to me. So 3 8-balls, a cane, 3 cigars, a broken racket, there's the noose, there's an 8-ball, there's another 8-ball. So we've got one more 8-ball, one more cigar, a cane. The cane and scarf were left by Garon Wolf, Peter's former business partner. 1 year ago, Peter ended their partnership suddenly. He won't tell me why. You know, a lot of things are pointing to Peter not being honest, not being a good person. Okay, there's your skull. Whoever's threatening Peter Moffat is not being subtle about it. There's a stamp. Well, a package of stamped stuff. Alright, so we also do need the pool cues. Stamped packet. These stamps on packages addressed to G. Cartmell's Gaming Emporium. For the past month, Mr. George Cartmell has been on Scotland Yard's watch list as a likely counterfeiter. So is that what Peter was really going after? Was trying to figure out who was doing the counterfeiting? Those tennis rackets must belong to Sidney Sanford, one of Peter's longtime customers and an endlessly disgruntled one. All right, sure. So we need one more cane, or one more cigar, one more pool cue, and one more 8-ball. All right. Not really seeing them. Where would you hide a cigar in a... Aha! I know the unique scent of these cigars from somewhere. Yes, these are custom hand-rolled and unique to Demetrius Summerfield, a known agent for the British Secret Intelligence Service. 108 How peculiar. So now we just need a pool cue, which should be, like, really easy to see. You would think a pool cue would be super easy to spot. I mean, it's not like it's gonna be, you know, small. But it's right up against the edge.
Holmes, do you know what all this implies?
If the Secret Intelligence Service is somehow involved, there's only one person I can trust for further answers.
Your brother, Mycroft Holmes.
To the Diogenes Club. Watson, bring the hollow 8-ball. The Diogenes Club is more than just a gentleman's club. The Empire's most esteemed covert operatives take their brandy and cigars here. History turns within these walls, Watson. My brother Mycroft was one of the founders.
It appears, brother, that you have stumbled upon one of my operations. Peter Moffat is indeed a spy. For the British Crown. For the past year, he has relayed coded messages from our foreign operatives.
Relayed? How?
He places the messages inside hollow game balls, then delivers them to us here. The club's billiards champion is, in fact, Demetrius Summerfield, the Queen's favorite British agent.
Okay, so that explains a lot. Alright, there's our clue. Alright, there's the 3 ball. So we're looking for balls and cards. It seems that all these cards are from the same deck. And look, Holmes, there are letters imprinted on the backs. Why those are the playing cards also delivered by Mr. Moffat. I don't remember ordering any playing cards. They must be part of a message. Wouldn't you say, brother? You are always the keenest at the science of deduction, Mycroft, when you choose to employ it. Alright, so even more cards, more billiard balls. More cards of the same deck, and behold, more letters. Yes, thank you, Watson. We couldn't have we couldn't have known that without you. Thank you. All these balls were delivered this past week by Peter, with the exception of the last, which was delivered by Isabel Deptford herself. She seemed to be in a fit of a state, I must say. Well, what had he gone missing by that point? All right, so there's all that. Interesting. 7 numbered balls arrived over the past 7 days with a deck of playing cards. Watson, let us take a closer look at these. Drag the cards to the open slot above to decode the secret message. Right. Check ID. There's a simple distribution code. Number 3 corresponds to the 3rd letter of the alphabet, C, and then 8 is H, and 5 is E, and so on. Yes, I think we already figured that out, Holmes. Thank you. Check ID. Check ID? Check identification? Holmes, check whose identification? That, Watson, is what we shall discover at Baker Street. Right, so somebody isn't who they claim to be. And I'm wondering if it isn't his fiancée.
We have certified that Peter Moffat is a loyal spy for Queen and Country. However, that still leaves the central mystery. Who is using Moffat's undercover life against him? And for what purpose?
Okay, so gun... But he's not angry, he's writing. He's angry, yes. But he doesn't have a tie. Okay, so counterfeiter. Oh, ring. Wow, okay, right. So dark hair, yes. Light colors.
Most exemplary.
Right, okay, there we go. So now, let's look at what everybody dropped. Okay.
You got it. Perfect. Perfect. Righto. Yes. You got it. Perfect. Perfect.
Yep, it's a fiancé.
Peter Moffat's fiancée, you, Miss Deptford, is a spy for a rival government. Your initials are ID, and Isabella Deptford has 7 letters per name. You are the only suspect to have access to both Moffat's home and his workshop. Feel welcome to confess now. My brother and his colleagues shall be here momentarily.
You are correct, Mr. Holmes. My assignment was to gain Peter's confidence by any means necessary to discover how he was relaying messages.
Then, to infiltrate the operation, it was you who planted the threatening packages and messages, hoping that he would accidentally reveal his secrets.
But when I had been unable to frighten the truth out from him, I called on you, Mr. Holmes, hoping that your famous powers of observation would lead me to Moffat's secrets.
And so they did. I trust you are satisfied with the results. Ah, my brother's here. Shall I escort you out, Miss Deptford? Congratulations.
Right, so yeah. That one was kind of telegraphed a little bit. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously he didn't trust her, and specifically her. That's the reason he just, like, disappeared. And, yeah. Okay, so next time it looks like we're going to be dealing with a Duchess and her diamonds. But, of course, that's going to have to wait until next time, because we're all out of time for today. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and don't forget to prod the subscribe button down below so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions.
If you wanna see some crazy,
Cheerio!
you should meet me and my friends. Even though we got no
And you?
money, we
Drew
sure as
Barrymore.
hell
You know, I haven't seen a codpiece since I took Professor Lipkin's minor playwrights of the late Elizabethan period during my sophomore year at Barnard.
First shot, the camera crosses the line. Actor B now appears to be facing the same direction as actor A, and the background has changed.